Okay, so now we'll move on to our next property. So consider I have a div, and for this div I have written some content like this is div, and I will simply repeat it. Okay, now usually the width will be full for the div because it's a block element, so it will take the entire space. But we can also change the width of the div, so 200 pixel, and we can also change the height to suppose again 200 pixel. And to denote the boundary, we will use border 2 pixel solid red. So I created a div. Inside that I have written the text. Multiple texts are there, and then width 200 pixel, height 200 pixel, and border 2 pixel solid red. Now okay, so you can see that this is a div, and the width of the div is 200 by 200. Now what I will do is I will change this height and width to suppose 50 pixel, reduce. Now, so the div height and width is 50 pixel, but you can see the content is going outside of the div. So basically what will happen to the content if we change the height and width of a div? So the content is unable to fit. So now how to fit the content in this? So there is a property called overflow. Now overflow, I can put overflow as hidden. So what will happen in this case? That after the div ends, no content will be visible. So if there is more content, it won't be visible at all if I put hidden. Now second part is I put instead of hidden, I can use scroll. So in that case, a scroller will appear. A scroller will appear and the content can be scrolled. So still you can read the content by scrolling inside the div. No. I will give another example. Paragraph. This is a paragraph. And then let us put to overflow hidden. See, so it is not taking any space. So whatever content was there extra from the width of the div, it has been truncated, just cut, plain and simple. And if I use a scroll, I can scroll. I can scroll inside this div. So this is the property overflow. We can use auto, which is equivalent to a scroll, or we can use scroll, or we can use hidden. Next, so since you told me about display, so we'll move on to display. So display.html. So suppose I have one image and I will set width to 50 pixel and some ID equal to first. Suppose it's a first image, width equal to this, src equal to image slash cdec. Now I will repeat this image and I will change the IDs to second and third. And let us see how does it look like first. So slash display.html. So we have three images without any border. If I want to set a border, what I can do is style for image img. I will set border 1 pixel solid gray. Okay, so now all the images have a border of 1 pixel and in gray color. Okay, now there is one property, display. Now display can take multiple values. Okay, so let us start with each individual one. So first I will change property of first. So first and display. And display none. So none means that the image won't be visible and it won't take any space also. Okay, so display is none, so it won't take any space, so automatically it will. Okay, should I put some? So first has disappeared and second, third have taken their places. Okay, so this is display none. Now instead of first, I will use this time second and display block. So I have changed the display to block. Now since it is a block element, now block element takes the entire width. So next image will start on the next line. Okay, so this is block. Now, so this is for image. So one is none, one is display, or otherwise it will be visible. Next, suppose I have an unordered list. Now unordered list, the list items, suppose item 1, item 2. Now this unordered list, it will appear in next line, item 1, item 2, but I want to appear them in the same line. So what I can do is I can make the display inline. So for that I can use li display inline. Now you can see that both items are appearing on the same line. So these are display properties: display none, display block, and display inline. Now when I was setting the color, I was using directly gray, green, tomato, red, yellow. But suppose you do not want to use the color name, so what you can use is you can use the um, hex color code. So like 856743. So this is hex color code. So how does hex color code works? So first two are red RGB color. This is actually in RGB format. So first two are red, second two are in green, and the last two one are blue. So suppose first two, and it's in hexa decimal notation. So it will go from 0 to F. So first red I will set FF, second and third I will set 0. So you can see that red, it has become red because on out of RGB only R is full and G and B are 0 0. Now similarly, if I want a green color, so red I will put 0, FF for green, and 0 0 again for blue. So in this way it will become green. Okay, and last but not the least, if I want blue color, so first two I will use 0 and blue color I will make FF. So this is hexadecimal representation. Another representation is RGB. Now in RGB, again red, green, blue, and the value will be from 0 to, instead of FF, it will be from 255. It is basically a decimal notation instead of hexadecimal. So decimal notation, it will go from 0 to 255. So suppose I put only red color. So first will be 255, remaining two will be 0. So this is RGB color, and it is red color. And if I want another color like blue, if I want, so first two will be 0 and last will be 255. Done. So this is the color notation, that if I want to change the color, so I can change the color in three ways. One is I can write the name of the color, or I can use the hexadecimal notation, or I can use the RGB notation. There is one more notation which is SSL, which is for hue, saturation, and level. Hue, saturation, level. Okay, so this was color display we have seen. Next. Next is position. So So I have created one div, and then inside div I have put the image. Now let us focus on the positioning. So positioning uh, positioning actually defines where my element will be on the web page, on the viewport. So if I want, like suppose I want the image to always be on the same position at the start of the page, here at this position. So what I can do is I can put the position. So what should I do is I'll use fixed position fixed, and then from top it should be 5 pixel, and on from the left it should be suppose 10 pixel. Oops, I have to change it for the image, Control X. So I want to set the position of the image fixed on the screen, and it will be from top, it will be 5 pixel from top, and from left it will be 10 pixels. So it will come like here. So let us see how does it look like. Okay, so can you see it is at a fixed position. Now next part is so this is a fixed position. Second one is absolute position. Now suppose in the fixed position itself, if I want my image, so if I want my image at the this corner in the bottom right hand side corner, so instead of top and left, I will use bottom, and from bottom 5 pixel above, or maybe 15 pixel above, and from the right hand side maybe again 15 pixel. So in that case the image is appearing here. Okay, so have you seen this example like chat box? So when you go to a website where customer care chat box, live chat is supported, in that case, one chat box will be here, fixed. Even if you scroll the page, go from top to bottom, but the position of this chat box won't change. So see this, how can we do that? Using the position fixed. Now, second thing is position relative. So we'll just comment it. This was relative. This is relative. So relative from the position where it should have come. And now absolute means inside parent where it has to appear. Okay, so this distance is 50 and this distance is 60 from the parent border, not from their actual position. So actually it should have appeared here. So if I use relative, so from actually where it should have appeared, from there the distance will be measured. But if I use absolute, it means the distance will be measured from the parent border. And if I use fixed, so from the viewport, the screen, it will be measured. Relative position is fixed, no? It's not scroll. For a scroll, we will use a sticky. Okay. So Now, so I have written few paragraphs like this 4-5 paragraph. Then there is a div which is a sticky, and then after that some more paragraph. Okay, so a sticky means basically a sticky means that your position will not go maximum. Then, so wherever you are, when the screen scrolls, your position will be fixed on top. Okay, so let us see the example. So sticky position, sticky, and then top 0. Suppose I put some padding 5 pixel, border 2 pixel, solid blue, background. Okay, I did not go for background image. Let us check this also. So background image slash some image. Okay, so I have a div whose ID is sticky, and for that I have set position sticky, top 0, padding 5 pixel, border 2 pixel, background image this. Now, if I had put position equal to fixed, so in the starting itself, it will come on the top left. Okay, but since I have changed this to sticky, so it will come as at its usual place, but once I scroll, it will be fixed on the top. Okay, let us see the demo. So this is a div which is a sticky, and its position is a sticky. So initially it will appear at its initial position wherever it should be, and then when I scroll it, now it is fixed on top. Again, if I come back, it will go back to its original position. But if I scroll, it will come back to its uh, actual position. Now, why it is used a sticky position? So usually a sticky position is used for navigation bar, the menu bar, so that even if you scroll, your navigation bar is always at the top. So either you can put your navigation bar with the fixed, or you can use navigation bar as a sticky. So like what happens that on many of the website, what they will do is first they will put the a gallery, image gallery, and then the menu bar. So in that case, if I scroll, gallery will go, but at least my nav bar will be on the top. Okay. So this is a sticky position. Okay, now next. So paragraph, and this is a paragraph. Now, yesterday someone asked if how can we put something at the center. So for putting at the center, what we do is put a width. So suppose width is 200 pixel, and then we can set margin auto. So in that case, it will go at the center. So this is how I make center. So put some width and then margin auto. So it will go to the center. Now next, so color. So I want to change the color, text color. So for that, color is used. I have used it so many times that you would have understood it, but still I will repeat. So color green. Okay, next is mm, so text alignment. So center, or so text alignment is like text justification in Word, which is left, right, center, or justified. So here text alignment center. So all the text has come into the center. So that is text alignment. Now, next one is so text transform. So suppose I want to capitalize the text. Capitalize means each word's first letter will be capital, or I want to put it to lowercase, or I want to put it all to uppercase. Then I can use text transform. So I have used uppercase, so everything will be changed to uppercase. So this is a paragraph. Everything is in uppercase. So this is text transformation. Next one is text decoration. So if I want to like underline, so I can use text decoration underline. So in that case, everything will be underlined. Next is text indent. So indent I can put in like 12 pixel. So indent, so it has started after taking the 12 pixel indentation. So indentation is the spacing from starting to the actual text. So if I change it to like 30 pixel, so this has changed from normal to 30 pixel, 0 to 30 pixel. So that is text indentation. Okay, so next is text shadow. So if I want to add a shadow to the text, so I can add that. So again, we will use that notation like 2 pixel, 2 pixel, and red color shadow I want. Okay, so from so horizontal shadow is 2 pixel, vertical shadow is again 2 pixel, and the color of the shadow will be red. Okay, so this is shadow which is not good. So depending on what application you are using, you can change this properties. So these are for text properties. So what are the text properties? So you can change the color, you can change the alignment, you can yeah, with shadow it will appear like it is in 3D. And then we have text decoration, text indentation, and text shadow. So these properties can be used for changing the display of the text. Okay, so this is also done. Next, float. So float is for okay. So let us see how does it look like. So this is a div, and so this is a div, and you can see that image is appearing on the uh, right hand side. So let us see if we can change the float property. So I will go to style, and then for image, I will use float left. Now you can see that image is coming on the left hand side. So float property basically sets up the element in either like left direction or right hand direction. So float left right can be used for moving the text. Sorry, moving any element. Okay, so that is float. Now Control Z, float left, and I will just remove some text unnecessary. Okay, so now what I did was after the position of the image I have fixed on from fixed from top 5 pixel and from left 5 pixel. Okay, so but you can see that image is on top of this div, basically the text part. So how can I put the image into the background? So for that, Z index is one property. So Z index says that if there are multiple overlapping elements, then which one will be on the top? So if I have 3 overlapping elements and I put their Z index as 1, 2, 3. So the highest Z index will be on the topmost and the lowest will be on the lowermost. So order is increasing. If Z index is increasing, means it will be on the top. If it is decreasing, it will be on the bottom. So like in our example, you can see that image is on top and text is below it. So if I want to change the image to go on the back, then I can use Z index equal to -1. So you can see that image is now in the background and text is coming on top of it. So this is Z index. Okay, what next? Now we'll go back to text. Now text, we check the text. Now we will go to font. So font. So first one is like font size. So if I put font size like 20 pixel, so size of the font will be increased to 20 pixels. So instead of float, I will run text.html, and now you can see that the font size has increased. I will also, the text part I will comment out. So also the text shadow. So font size I can change by specifying the font size, and then font weight. So like bold. So the font will become bold. So this is a bold font. Then next one is font family. So if I want to change the style of the font itself, instead of Arial, I want Courier. So Courier new. So font family will be changed. So it is now Courier new. By default is Times New Roman. Now it is Courier. Now another way is that you can use Google fonts also. So Google has provided so many good looking fonts. So all you have to do is search on Google fonts. Yeah, here. Now so many fonts are there. A big list is there. You can search for any one which you find good. So you can, like, suppose I select Alex Brush. So I will click on try it, and then I will copy the link of the wherever this font is. So all the font are hosted on Google website. So I will simply add that font, and then the font family, instead of Courier new, I will change it to the font I have selected. So Alex Brush. So in that way, the font of my text will change from using Google font. So this is the new font. So in this way, you can use Google fonts also on your website. Google fonts are free, which are hosted on Google's website, and you can simply copy paste their URL and then specify the font family with the name that is given. So the list is out. The list is given on W3 School, the Google fonts. Select whatever is good for you and simply go to try it. Copy the URL for the font, and then add the font family. So this is how you can change the font. Okay. So I think that we have covered everything mostly. Now we'll yesterday we were talking about how can we create a navbar. So let us see how we can do a navbar using our font, our CSS. Yeah, everything is there. Font stretch wider, so the distance between the okay, it is not working on Google font. Just a minute. So somebody has asked about earlier you can give font stretch, font space. Earlier we multiple font names separated by comma. What does it mean? So basically, if you want to give multiple font names separated by comma, so one is font family. So it will denote the font family. Second one is fallback. So if someone's browser doesn't support one, it will move on to next font, and it will move on to other. If that is also not supported, it will move on to the third one. So that is the basically the fallback fonts if multiple font family has been specified. And uh, then font face. So there are fixed fonts which are in for website, but if you want to use additional fonts, so one way is that you can add using Google Fonts, or you can also host your own fonts and then define using font face. Okay, so if if you go to Microsoft Word, so there is a list of fonts which is available, but suppose one font is not available. So what do? You download that font from internet and then install it in your system. So Microsoft Word will pick from there. So same way, websites have fixed number of fonts. If you want to increase your font, so either you include the Google fonts, or you can host your own font and then declare that font using font face. Okay. Now, one next question is, can we use px? Can we use percent? Yeah, I will go there and repeat z index again. So z index is if there are overlapping elements. So in our last example, we saw, so image and div, they both are overlapping because of their positions. So which one will be on top and which one will be at the bottom? So whoever has higher z index, that will be on top. So like here, so default z index will be 0 for everyone. So if I put -1, then it will go to the bottom, and if I put 1, so it will come on top. Okay, so this is z index. Okay, so now next we will move on to making a navbar. So I will use UL for creating the navbar. So list, So suppose first one is home, products, services, contact us, login, sign in. Now for them I will use class equal to write, and for this I will use, for this also I will use class equal to write. Now each thing I will put into an anchor. So anchor h reference equal to, suppose for now no link, slash. Okay, now let us see how does it look first. Now it looks like a menu, but still some things need to be required. So let us change some styling. So UL will change for some UL. We will also change for LI, and we will also change for anchor. So anchor color we will set, suppose white, and then text decoration we'll set none. And for UL we'll set width 100%. So coming back to this percentage, so any measurement you can either specify in terms of pixels, so 200 pixel, 300 pixel, 500 pixel, px, or you can also represent it using percentage. So percentage means percentage of the screen. So it means if a screen is mobile, so take 100% of the mobile screen, or even if it is desktop, take 100% of the desktop screen. So percentage will be percentage of the screen size. So that's how we use width equal to 100%. It means it will take the entire width of the screen. Then background, I can set background color. Suppose I set black. And for this, we will use display. Now, just we'll have a look. How does it look like? In the meanwhile, for class right, we'll simply set float right, and we'll see how does it look like, and then make adjustment as. Okay, so now you can see that. Um, So now you can see that all the menus are appearing, and then sign up and login has went on the right hand side, and these others are on the left hand side. Now let us make some more changes. Okay, so now it looks like our regular menu bar: home, product, service, contact us, sign up, and login. Now if I make it smaller, so it will look better. So all the left hand side menu are on one part, and all the right hand side menu are on one part. Now next what we can do is, when I'm taking my mouse here, no response is there. Okay, so what I can do is, on hover I can change some properties. So like li hover, and then text color I will put black, and then background color I will put like pink. Okay, so in that case, if I hover over this, okay, so this is how it is being done. So this is your horizontal menu. Now next one is your vertical menu. If someone is creating a vertical menu, so we can also create it vertical menu. I will simply copy paste the text from here. In fact, I can copy paste entire thing. Control C, Control V. Now, what did we do for navigation? So first thing first, we used a list. Now list was coming in a stacked manner on top of each other. So we made it as a look like a inline block, so that it is in a single line. And then for UL, we changed the width to 100%, so that it covers the entire width of the screen. We change the background color and set margin and padding to 0. Now for list, we also set padding equal to 10 pixels, so that there is a spacing from the border to the this screen. And then on hover, we change some properties like background color and color. So So now the color is black and the background is pink. So why it was not changing? Because in the starting itself we said that color can be inherited from the parent. Okay, but anchor is a unique tag which has exception that it doesn't inherit color. Okay, inline and block. What is inline block? So inline block is similar to inline, but if you set an inline, you cannot set the height and width. But if you set inline block, then you can also change the height and width. Okay, so that is the only difference between inline and inline block. For inline block, you can change the height and width, but for only inline, you cannot change height and width. Okay, coming on to our this next, I will just again copy paste, Control A, Control C, Control A, Control B. So this time what we want is we want a horizontal, vertical menu. Earlier it was horizontal on top. Now we want vertical on the left hand side. So what we can do is first thing first, width has to be reduced. So instead of entire width, we will only take some 25% width on the left hand side. Okay. And then li display will not be inline block. It will only be block. Okay. Now let us see how does this look like. So instead of nav.html, we'll go to menu.html. See, so home, product, services, contact us. So all are appearing here, but there won't be any float because we want login and sign up also to appear here. But you can see that it is only coming on, not on the full screen. Okay, so I want to make it on the entire screen. So what I can do is height also we need to set. So for this li height, so height I will set to 100 vh. What is vh? So v is for viewport and h is for height. So viewport is your display screen. So whatever your display screen is, 100% of that. Okay, so 100 vh. So this is another notation. So now it is coming on the entire screen. Okay, is it clear? Now one more thing, I can for li border bottom. So border bottom 2 pixel solid white. So I can set the bottom border of the li. Let us see how does this look like. So now this looks like this. Okay, so what change did I make from horizontal to vertical? So first thing first, I changed the width from 100% to 25%. So it doesn't cover the entire screen. And then height I changed from height I changed to 100% of the screen. And then the list, earlier it was inline block. It was appearing in a line, single line, like a span. So I changed it to block so that it appears in another way. And then just for decoration, I added a border bottom. So even here also in the nav bar, which was on horizontal nav bar, here I can add border right 2 pixel solid white. So that nav horizontal nav bar. So after every this menu, one line is appearing on the right hand side. Now one more thing. So in the menu bar, many people add their brand. So brand means I can add my image, the company's image. So I can add img source equal to img slash cdec.png, and then for this I will set the, suppose I set the height like 20 pixel. So in that case, CDEC, the brand name will also appear. So I can increase the size of the brand, but for now I have kept just like it is. But you can understand that how you can add your company's logo also in the navbar. Okay, so creating a navbar is very easy. Now there is one more question. Usually what someone asks is, can I add like another menu? So from product there will be another menu which will be like listing electronic product, or electronic product, or uh, uh, vegetables, or grocery, or mobile phones, or anything. So that kind of category can also be put. So for which we will have to use nested listing. So inside li of home, I will have to declare another ul, or if for the product, if I am going for the product, so inside product I will add another layer of ul and li. So another layer of ul and li which will be on the vertical side. Okay, so this can be easily done, and I want to do that. I want to give this as your assignment. So you have to add second level menu. So inside product and services, you have to add another level of menu, which will only appear when you hover on the product link or service link. Okay, so use that hover property, and use vertical menu concept. Fine, so this is done. Navbar we have learned. What next? Floating image. Floating image. Floating image we will see with Bootstrap. So we will use the concept of modal to float any element. If I have to use it here, suppose I have to use it here, I will also have to use JavaScript. So you may not be knowing about JavaScript. So it's better that I keep it only for Bootstrap. So if I use JavaScript, then image will be floating on top and the background will be disabled. CSS transitions. Okay, you can go for that. Okay, let us check transition. See, there are so many things to be that you can learn here, but I cannot cover everything. But I will try to cover as much as I can in this limited period of our tutorials. So transition. So suppose I have a div. Suppose I have a div. This is a div. Monica is asking for animation properties. I think you all should also try few things. So There are so many things, as I said, I cannot cover everything in this limited time. So I would like you also to try few things. So like 2D, 3D transformation, and then animations, all those things you can try. But mostly all those things you can do using JavaScript or jQuery, which is more efficient than CSS. Anyway, let us try this. So this is a div. And for this, I will write some styling. Style background first I'll have to write div, then background color. Suppose I write green, then width 200 pixel, height 100 pixel. Now transition, and I will apply the transition on width. So width, and the transition will be run. The transition will run for 3 seconds. Okay. And what will happen in the transition? So I will put div colon hover. If someone hovers, then change the width to like 300 pixel. Okay, so this I have a div whose width and height I have set to 200 and 100 pixel, and background color is green, and I have set a transition that if width has to change, it will change in 3 seconds slowly. And I have set hover property that if someone hovers on the div, set the width to 300 pixels. Okay, now see, let us see. Okay, so this is our div, and if I'm hovering, oops, I will go to this. Basically, Chrome sometimes has some problem. So transition .html. Okay, so this is our div, and if I go to that div, can you see the width is increasing slowly? So this is the transition property. So I can apply property on width, height, depending on whatever I want. Now, in the starting itself, we have, I think, 5-10 minutes. So we'll go for another small assignment. So another small assignment I will go for tooltip. Media queries is handled in the bootstrapping, because bootstrap works on media queries. So media queries is nothing but checking the size of the display and then adjusting the content. So when we learn about bootstrap, we will cover this media queries. Flexbox, Flexbox can also be covered, but see, there are so many ways to align the content. So some you may try it yourself. So Flexbox, you can try it yourself. Flexbox are there, then table row, table cell, table columns, all those things are there. So you can use that. Pagination also bootstrap we will cover. Bootstrap, all these CSS that we are applying, when you go to Bootstrap, you won't have to apply any CSS. You all have to use classes. So Bootstrap has already ready-made classes with all the applied CSS. You just add a class to something and it will give you. So like suppose image, I want a circular image. So I simply have to add image class equal to rounded circle. Okay, so that will be quite easy in Bootstrap. Okay, tooltip. Suppose I have a div and I'll put id equal to tooltip, and then inside div I will create a span id equal to tooltip text, and here I will write contactor, and here I will write some number 91. Okay, so let us write the style sheets. So what I want to do in tooltip is, if someone hovers on this, some information will appear, just like here some information is appearing. Okay, so same way I want to do for our website. So tooltip is also easy to do in Bootstrap, but just for practice in 5 minutes we'll go through this tooltip. So so we'll start with the div itself. So has tooltip, and for this tooltip I can set display inline block, then border 1 pixel, solid tomato, something like that, and then the tooltip and tooltip text. For this background color I will put to black. Now initially the visibility will be hidden, so initially the visibility will be hidden. Padding I can, oops, text color will be white. Now, so someone hovers on the tooltip, then the tooltip text visibility will be visible. Now let us see how does this look like. Go here. So if someone goes to contact us, the tooltip will be shown. And the tooltip position can be again changed by top and left. I can change top and left. So like if I put top 5 pixel, left another 5 pixel. So if I refresh this, see, you can, and similarly I can change the position by more. Instead of 15, I can top 5, I can put it 15. So it is coming here. So depending on what suits you, you can change it. Okay, so that's all for today. Again, from 2:30 to 3:30, I will be available. If you have any queries, I will address that. And see you tomorrow. Again, from tomorrow onward, we'll start with PHP. Jet index I have already covered. So if there are 2-3 overlapping images, assignment, I already told that you have to work on that menu bar. So extended menu bar, 2-level menu bar, so that if you click on, if you hover over products, list of products like electronic products, mobiles, laptop, grocery, those things will appear. PPTs, see, PPTs, there is nothing much because I have only written this PPT for my help so that I know what I need to cover. So the best way of studying is, so you can see it is only 5 pages. And the best way of studying is from W3 school. Submission date. Now this is a difficult thing. Submission date. Practice it, submit in 2-3 days. It's fine for me.
Okay, sir.
And where to submit? Recording. Where to submit? First start working, I will tell you where to submit. Really, I also do not know. I will ask, they may have set up any FTP or any URL where you can upload your assignments, and same for recording also. So I will ask them, Sanjay or in KP, I will ask. They will, if once they give me the address where I have to upload, I will upload all the recordings and PPT and codes also. Codes I can share now itself, just like I had told you that codes I can share at 2:30. I will share it. I will zip it and share it using this chat box itself, and then you can share it among selves in WhatsApp group.
So
Okay.
PPTs, as I said, Moh Maya hai. This is only for my reference, but if you want, I can provide.
yes, sir, it will be helpful if you could give that PPT to us. Is just for reference, sir, क्या क्या topic cover करना है और कुछ नहीं. उसके लिए देखेंगे sir PPT.
Same thing I have also done. It is for my reference that क्या
हाँ
क्या
sir,
cover करना है.
the thing is there is a lot many things at WB3 schools, and I mean covering all of that, not remembering any of that is not preferable. तो आप ये PPT दे दीजिएगा तो हम लोग कम से कम we can have an idea of the topics which we need to cover while revision also.
Okay, okay. Now,
Okay.
see, for examination, basic things are asked. Okay, but if you are going into real world, like if you join a company and you have to code, there are so many things. So depending on what is the requirement of the client, you just check on the internet that for this, what should I do? Like for animation, what can I do? For transition, what I can do? So ready-made helps are available, and in within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, if your concepts are good, basic concepts are clear, then within 2-3 minutes you can complete your task. Anyway, we'll see. Meet again at 2:30.
One more thing, sir.
Yes.
So may I know what are the topics or what are the languages you are going to cover in this module, please?
Okay. So modules. So I have already covered HTML and CSS.
Right.
Then I will start with PHP, and
Mm-hmm.
then XML, then
Okay.
Bootstrap,
Mm-hmm.
and Ajax,
Mm-hmm.
and some secure coding style. So like yeah, JSON also.
JSON, yeah, JSON also.
JSON also.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
some secure coding style I will teach you definitely, because what happens that people say that there are so many vulnerabilities in a website.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't depend on the language basically, that whether you have coded in Java so it will be secure. No, nothing like that.
Yeah.
So basically the thing is that
So,
your code should be secure enough. So
so
you
are
can,
you going to cover the HTXS languages and the CodeIgniter or the Laravel frameworks also?
no,
Not even HTXS?
no. That, see, That is related to web servers. Okay,
Yeah,
so
right.
how you
Yeah.
can control the page visibility or redirection on a web server. So
Mhm.
that is not required here, but if you want, you can check it yourself.
Yeah.
Access.
And what about the PHP? Is it is just a core PHP, or are we going to going for CodeIgniter frameworks or something like
No,
that?
only core PHP. So using core PHP, we can do everything. Means from database interaction, file interaction, everything. So
But does it includes MVC in core? It will, right?
no,
Not
for
yet.
MVC, you will have to use the framework like Symfony.
Yeah. 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 Okay. 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 Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Veer is asking responsive web design. Yeah, responsive web design is that bootstrap. And web security, yes. Few things I will cover, like how can you prevent a XSS attack, or how can you prevent um, SQL injection. All those things I will cover. Okay.